Hey guys, so today we are going to go ahead and finish the last lesson for cluster 6. So that means this is our last lesson in the green book, okay? I know there's two other lessons left, but we're not going to do them since they're just review. So after today, we're not going to use the green book anymore. We are going to review some of the big things you're going to see in Math 1 starting on Wednesday. So a couple things we're going to talk about is going to be, slope, y-intercept, the linear functions, y equals mx plus b. Because I do teach Math 1, so I'm telling you now that linear functions, it's a very, very big part of Math 1 along with two other functions you're going to learn about later throughout that year or semester. Okay? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and finish cluster 6. So, this is just reviewing scientific notation. Okay? So, number one, the average depth of an ocean is approximately 1.2 times 10 to the power of 4 feet. How is this depth written in standard form? So basically, they're telling me take the scientific notation and convert it back to standard form. And remember, standard forms basically means back to a regular number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1.2, okay, and I'm going to move the decimal 4 times to the right because that's what the exponent says. So if the exponent is positive, we go to the right because that's where all the positive numbers are at. So here we go, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where the decimal ends. So now those empty spots, I'm going to put zeros. And there's my number, 12000. Of course, the decimal is at the end, but there's really no need to add that decimal in there, okay? Now we would leave the decimal if there was other numbers behind it, something other than zero, something bigger than zero, but there isn't, so it's okay. It's just implied to be there, okay? And of course, if we add a comma here, that gives us 12,000. So the answer is B. Okay. Number two, which expression is equivalent to that? So basically, we're multiplying these two scientific notations together. So let's go ahead and take a moment to do this. So we have parentheses 3.3 times. Remember, when you click the times on decimals, it's going to give you the little dot. That's okay. It's the same thing. Times 10. Okay. Now, wait a second. What is it doing? Okay. I think we're good now. Sorry about that. So I typed in 3.3 times 10 to the power of 4. So to get an exponent of 4, remember, you're going to click the little button that says a to the power of b. Once you do that, it'll take you up there on the exponent to type in 4. Then, of course, scroll over, click parentheses, and there you go. Now type in another set of parentheses, and we have 2.5 times 10 to the power of 7, and then parentheses. And there you go. You get 8.25 times 10 to the power of 11, and that gives you answer choice B. Okay? Okay? Let's move on to number 4. We're not going to do number 3, okay? Number 4. What is 0.0003246 expressed into scientific notation? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite that number. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to move my decimal enough times until I have one digit in front of the 3. And that digit, I'm sorry, one digit in front of the decimal. And that digit has to be something other than 0, okay? So as you notice, that's why I'm going to stop at between 3 and 2. So now I'm left with 3.246 times 10 to the power of, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because it was a decimal, it's going to be a negative 4. Remember, negative exponents tells you you're dealing with a small decimal. Positive exponents tells you that you're dealing with a big number, okay? And there's the scientific notation version of that decimal number. And clearly, that will be answer choice B. Okay. And let's move on. We have number 5. And it says, what is the value of that fraction? So once again, go to Desmos. Let's type it in and see what we get. Remember, for the fraction, you're gonna click the division symbol. Okay, and that should give you a fraction. Now parentheses, 3.0 times 10 to the power of 5, parentheses, then go down to the denominator, parentheses, 1.5 times 10 to the power of negative 2. And when you're typing in a negative, all you have to do is type in the minus, okay? Minus and negative in Desmos are the same thing. And I know I've been telling you over and over again, it is the same thing. And on the yellow calculators, we have 2 different buttons, but in reality, it's still the same thing, okay? So for the negative, all you have to do is click the minus. Then close your parentheses, and there you go. There's your answer. It looks like it's going to be 20 million, 100,000 million. Yep, 20 million. So let's write that number down, and let's go ahead and figure out what the answer is going to be. And clearly that will be answer choice D. Okay, and the last one, number 6. Which expression is equivalent to that? So once again, I'm going to type that into my calculator or Desmos and figure out what the answer is, okay? So we have parentheses, 3 times 10 to the power of 4, close parentheses, open up another set of parentheses and type in 4,000, close your parentheses, and there you go. You get 120 million. So let's write that out. And for this problem, I'm going to have to convert that number into into scientific notation. So remember, if the number doesn't have a decimal, put the decimal at the end, and then you're going to move that decimal enough times until you have 1 digit in front of it. Okay, and so I'm going to stop between 1 and 2. So that leaves me with 1.2. I don't have to add the zeros because they're going to be implied with the exponent, times 10 to the power of, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's a positive 8 because we're dealing with a big number. So clearly my answer is answer choice B. Okay. If you have any questions, just let me know. You can email me, text me, or send me a message on the Remind app, okay?